Welcome back everyone to Animal Crossing New Horizons series, part 31. Last episode we went ahead and did some terraforming. I think we are ready to go ahead and place our museum in the new position today, which I think will be super exciting. So that's what I'll be trying to do in the beginning of this episode. Unfortunately, this is just like the last episode where the music got corrupted. So I do have to apologize on that. But I did kind of go ahead and fix the music issue for the other ones. So you will have the background music for the upcoming videos. Either way, I'm super sorry about that. I got to know this after I checked out this video. So that's the reason why this does not have a background music. Anyway, let's continue with the video itself. After all, we do have quite a few exciting things I want to do today. As usual, we had Isabel's broadcast right here, but unfortunately we don't really have anything new, so I guess we can go ahead and start up with the terraforming. I also definitely want to try the dream sequence in this game. I'm not really sure what else it's called, but I usually called it as the dream sequence. We can definitely try that out. It's where you'll go ahead and visit one of the random island through a dream. And I think that's super helpful for me, especially since I am trying to create my island. While trying to complete my daily task, I decided to go ahead and check out Able Sisters to see what new outfit we can actually find for today. I have been talking to Sable as well, which means we have some new patterns to check out. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to apply some of these patterns on my furniture. Especially the log furnitures, which I have been planning to kind of use. I'm still trying to find more DIY recipes on those. Hopefully I'll be able to find all of them before my terraforming kind of completes. But of course, here is today's outfit. It's pretty unique. Definitely not something I was going for, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I think it looks pretty cool. Since we are here near the Nook's Cranny, I'll go ahead and check out the furnitures for today as well. Hopefully we'll have something that's super useful. I see two items that I really like that I definitely want to buy. The first one is this antique chair right here, or I guess it's an elegant chair. Even though I really don't like the color pattern on the chair, I think we can actually go ahead and change it up. In Harvey's Island, which I'm gonna go ahead and try. After all, we did get some new patterns from Sable, so we can definitely go ahead and apply those on the elegant chair. The second item that I really like is this globe right here. Not this version or this coloring of the globe. There is one that comes with the golden coloring, and I really like it, so I'll be able to kind of customize this item as well. As for the wallpapers and flooring, once again we don't really have anything too exciting, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip it. Either way, that's all on our shop for today. The only thing left for us to do now is go ahead and move our museum. So here I am in Resident Services building. As usual, I'll check out the recycling bin, and we seem to have an item that I will go ahead and take. The next thing is on Nook Stop. Hopefully I'll be able to find some good items over here, especially in Nook Shopping. I know that there are two items that I really need, which are actually special items, such as the yacht right here. Hopefully I'll be able to find that in the future. If not, I think I'll have to kind of time travel until I find those options and kind of buy those items at that point. For now, I'll go ahead and buy out this yacht right here, which I think will look super cool right next to the entrance of our island. That's all on Nook Stop for now, and let me quickly talk to Tom Nook as well. Here he is. As usual, I am interested in moving out more of the villager houses, but I think I don't really have the terraforming complete to actually move them. I will kind of wait for a bit more until I complete or clear a part of this island before I decide on placing out the houses. But of course, today we'll go ahead and move out the museum. From now on, the museum will be much closer to the shop, that is the Able sisters as well as the Nook's granny. I think it's much easier to have them close by so that I can actually visit all of them at once rather than running around the island randomly. Either way, we also got the confirmation from Blathers, so I think this is super cool. Thankfully, it does only cost 10,000 bells for moving each of these houses, which I think is much better than the housing loan that we have been trying to fill out. After all, the housing loan for our basement is super massive, and I'm really not sure how many days it's gonna take to kind of go ahead and get that one complete. Either way, let me make my way to the place where I want to keep my museum. After all, we did get the marker kit. Let's see how the museum is gonna look after we place it. So here's the path to my museum. You have to cross over the bridge and climb on the stairs. Of course, I need to put another incline for the lock stairs around here somewhere, which I think I'll get to in the upcoming episodes. So for now, we'll try placing the museum around here. I think this one here should be good enough. It shouldn't be too in center of this place, but not too far either, because I do want to place a couple of trees behind to kind of make it look good. To be honest, I haven't really planned out how it will look around the museum itself, but I think we can just have a small idea and just try placing the museum in a place where I can actually make it look good. Alright, here we go. I think this is the perfect spot for it. I mean, it's not in the front of that cliff, so I think I'll have enough space to obscure the museum with a couple of trees to make it look good. Well, I'm really not sure how it's gonna look at the end, but for now we're just gonna place the museum here and hope it's in a good spot. The next thing, I made my way to Harvey's Island to get a new haircut. Hopefully this one is not gonna be as disappointing as the last two, because those were literally terrible. Alright, there we go. The current hairstyle which I did have, I really liked it. But the new one, you know what, I like this one. This one is definitely one of those good ones as well. So I'll go ahead and have this for now. Even though it's going to be covered up with the helmet, I think without the helmet, it still is going to fit this outfit, which is pretty cool. After getting my haircut, I went ahead and talked to Cyrus right here to see how I can actually go ahead and customize some of my items, especially the globe and the elegant chair which we did buy. Here's the customization for the globe. As you can see, it comes in 3 different colors, and I think the sepia one looks super amazing for my house. Other than that, let me quickly go to the elegant chair. Here it is. As you can see, the other colors are super pretty, and the other designs look way better than the one I actually have right now. So I might actually go ahead and customize this one as well. As for the patterns and custom designs, the patterns are the ones that you do get from Sable, and the custom designs is the one that you can actually select from the internet, which I think will look super cool as well. But I think some of these patterns are super pretty. Hopefully I'll get more patterns from Sable in the future. As for the pattern on the elegant chair, this is what I selected for it. I think this looks super nice, especially if I do have 2 more of these items. On my way out from the cafe, it seems like Brewster has another new dialogue for me. This is pretty cool. It's actually a cup and saucer which I got as a gift. This one I do believe is the 3rd gift you get for kind of visiting his cafe on a daily basis. Pretty cool. Hopefully we'll get the coffee plant at some point. While running around, I did see that Freya was at home, which is the first time I'm actually seeing this happen. So finally I'll be able to see her house decor, which I think looks super cool. Definitely all of these items are my favorite. They are from the antique range, and all of these antique items look super amazing if you do place them in a room. In my case, I have been trying to replicate this for my top floor, and I definitely want to go ahead and buy all of these items at some point. But I don't think I'll buy it from Freya right here. I'll try to see if those items do appear in the shop, that is the Nook's Cranny, and buy it from there. Anyway, this is pretty cool, and hopefully I'll be able to kind of befriend Freya more to the point where she'll actually invite me to her house, which I think will be super nice. I think for now there are around 3 villagers who are my best friends on this island, and I'm hoping to have the same on some of these other villages as well. But I'm also excited to see if any of my villagers will leave the island, in which case we'll probably get a chance to go ahead and try villager hunting once more. The next thing I did was go ahead and check out how Nate was doing. Apparently he is sick, which is surprising. I did talk to some other villagers, but none of them really mentioned this, so this was by accident. And thankfully, since I did have medicine on me, I was able to quickly go ahead and get him healed. Hopefully this will increase our friendship level. Alright, we also got an item from him as an exchange for the medicine, which I think is pretty cool. But I really wish it was a furniture item rather than a clothing one. At this point, I feel like I have so many clothing items, I really do not need any of them. The next thing I did was go ahead and visit our new friend right here, who is Ozzy. Apparently he is in between making an orange dress. Alright, that is unexpected. I also have oranges stored in my storage, so I think we'll be able to craft this one. Let me go ahead and get the DIY recipe for this as well. There we go. I guess we can actually learn it and check out what the recipe is. I'm pretty excited to see how the orange dress might actually look. This is, after all, the first time I'm seeing this recipe. There we have it. It definitely looks weird. As for the orange jelly recipe that you did see, I actually visited a boating tour and was able to find that recipe on that island. Unfortunately, the tour was pretty bad. It was another common island. I didn't really find the island for glow moss or the wines, so I'm still waiting for that. Here is the recipe for today, which is a cherry umbrella. I am not really sure what's happening today because we got 3 DIY recipes for on fruits, which is very weird to get on the same day. Either way, let me go ahead and get some rest right here, and I guess we'll continue on the terraforming. After checking out the design for my terraforming, I decided to go ahead and visit a random island for some inspiration. I feel like we do need some inspiration from time to time, and definitely visiting a random island today would actually help me. This is also the first time I'm actually visiting another island in this game. So I think we'll have some special extra dialogue when we come here. Alright, seems like someone is talking to us. Alright, we have another new character. I think I might know who this is. This might be Luna, who actually gifted us this special bed which we are sleeping on right now. And I was right. So we can definitely go ahead and upload our island to the internet and share the dream address with everyone, which I definitely want to do at some point, but not today since my island is still being in the midst of terraforming. I guess if I did have a dream address, I could go ahead and input it, but since I don't really have any of them right now, we're just gonna try and use a random option and see what we get. Hopefully we get an island that is completely filled. There we go. I guess we do have to connect our game to the internet. This, I believe, does not need the membership, but I'm not really sure. As far as I remember, I do have the membership online, so I'm able to still go ahead and connect to the internet. So we can definitely go ahead and click on surprise me, since I don't really have a island address or a island name. There we go. I guess it is connecting to the internet once again to check out and pull a random island. Hopefully I'll be inspired by some of the designs over there. and try to kind of create it in my own way. Ooh, alright, there we go. We are being teleported to another island. I really like this loading screen, especially the roses that are appearing in the bottom right of the screen itself. And here we are. So this is a new island. Alright, I guess we could definitely go ahead and check it out. Well, it seems like the island is named Alona. At least I think that's what it's pronounced. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But here is the map. Alright, pretty cool. As for the villages, I think that's a really nice collection. Some of them I would definitely love to have on my island. Especially Victoria right here, who looks super cute. Other than that, let's check out this island itself. It seems like it's a 5-star island which has been complete and definitely maintained super well. Just look at this entrance, it looks so cool. We also have Elvis in this island, which is suspicious since we have him on our island as well. But other than that, definitely this one looks super nice. So let's start from the airport right here, which is blue in color. And of course, immediately to the left, we have a play area, kind of like a playground, as well as a stadium. I think this is super nice, a really cool idea to have if you are planning on having a villager themed island. Ooh, the legend of King Gothar is right here. You do have the sword on the ground. Continuing on the bridge, we have a small area with solar panels. This is really nice. So this is an indication of where they get the electricity for this island, and I really like this idea. Definitely I would have never come up with this, but I think this looks super cool and definitely a really nice idea right here. Moving on from that, it seems like we have some patches of pumpkin as well as a couple of trees, or I guess tree stumps in this case. It also goes to the beach itself. From there, it seems like we have an orchard. Up the stairs, we have 2 villager houses. I think the design for this island is definitely super unique, especially the placement of the lighthouse in the background right there, which is something I might try to do in my island as well. I already have the lighthouse in my storage, and I think once I do terraform my island, I'll then be able to place the lighthouse at the end or the beginning of the island. Here we have Victoria's house, which is pretty unique. I mean, it's a horse race, and of course she is gonna be a part of it. This one is definitely the funniest design for a house. I think it's a really good theme that's working out right there. Alright, let's check out the lighthouse since we are here. So here it is. So they have actually placed it quite high, which might not be something I would do. I would actually go ahead and place it on the beach itself. Passing through that, we have another villager house on top right here, as well as a telephone booth, and then the museum. So this is super nice. I think museum looks super cool at the end. And we also have our next level, which I think has a couple more villager houses. We have 2 of them here right next to each other, and the small area right next to the house is something that's super cool. Definitely it is looking so much better right here. We have both the shops right next to each other. I think that is super helpful if you are trying to kind of go through both the shop and the Able Sisters at the same time. And of course we have other villages down here as well. At the other end of the island, we have the campsite with the bamboo trees, as well as the bamboo speaker, which is something I really have to try and find. But I think this one does work pretty well. Maybe if they do plant a bit more of those trees, I think it will still look super cool. Coming back to the front of the island, it seems like we have a small area where we have more games, as well as kind of like a theme park. I think this one is super nice. Alright, the theme park here is definitely a different color from the one I have on my island. And this one does match pretty well with the aesthetic on this island, which I think is super nice. Well, we are back on the place where we started. So this is where the resident services building is. I think the only building that I think I missed was the main building where the main character of this island actually lives. This is something I forgot to kind of see. I didn't realize this until I actually ended this episode. So I guess that's the only part that was missing on that island. Although I think we can actually go ahead and revisit it at some point since we do have the island name with us. Either way, that was super amazing and definitely gave me some ideas that I could kind of implement on my island as well. Either way, I think that's all I have for this episode. I know this one is pretty short and we didn't really get to do too much work, but I do have some other stuff to complete. So I'm going to be ending out this episode over here. Thank you all for watching. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to support me more on Patreon, check out the links on my description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.